Is passion a necessary ingredient for a leader?
So things like being enthusiastic in the office, of bouncing into things and saying, how's it going? That passion, that enthusiasm, that energy is very contagious. There's a wonderful old poster that's been around the industry for a while. It's a row of match heads across. And one match head has just caught fire, and you know the other match heads are about to run across there. Because attitudes are contagious. So running in the office, jogging up and down the corridors, looking for enthusiasm in others, sharing a joke, being humble enough to go and make someone a cup of coffee if they're doing something else. If you see someone tied up with a long webcast and you know they've been in there for a while, go and get them an extra glass of water or something. Get involved in those things and share that passion and that involvement. I think that people buy in on that, and I certainly do, and it is contagious.
What are some of the key trends in cybersecurity from your perspective? And what are some key considerations?
The phrase, the internet, the electronic commerce, we've used different E-type words and I-type words over the last years. We talk about online and offline and so on. I think those days are coming to a close. We have now one economy, and the economy actually includes all of those other things that were previously seen as a separate economy. So we're going to have, the big trend would be we're going to have one economy, not an electronic economy and a real world economy, because the real world now embraces everything else. So the more minor trends that occur in that are things like mobility, where suddenly data is now available to us wherever we are. We look at the power of those applications. We look at the way those applications use the cloud, and big data was touched on a couple of times. So where you suddenly get the convergence of big data coming together, where not only is your location known to the application, but the application determines what the weather is in your location through Groupon and other voucher systems. You are offered opportunities to buy a product related to your location and the weather, and perhaps your health. So we've got a lot of technology becoming very personal rather than impersonal. The communication when the internet started was pretty monodirectional. You would go to look for information like you would in an encyclopedia. You would look up something and you would gain information. Yes. And I can remember the wonder of that. I suddenly had access to the world's libraries. I suddenly had access to all sorts of things. But that balance is changing now. And so we're starting to see where the information is already personalised to us, whether that be a Facebook application or whether it be Google+. Those things are now personalising that world for us in that one economy that no longer is segmented by real world and online world. So we're going to see some very big changes. We're going to see things like, extraordinarily recently, I've seen some applications have forward-facing cameras in contact lenses, so that I will be able, through facial recognition, to wear a contact lens, determine who you are, and then through a rear-facing lens, have that information flashed at the back of my retina. So I can not only know who you are on Facebook, not only know where you are because of Google Locator, but I'll be able to know who your friends are and where your friends are and what your interests are. I'll be able to say to you,
oh, wow.
I know who you are because I met you at last Saturday night's party. And you'll say, wow, I don't remember meeting you there. So suddenly cybercrime takes on new elements. We look now at some of the innovation from Google about cars which are aware of their surrounding, and they will be driverless cars, where technology and cloud applications will deliver safety on the roads in real time, probably within the next decade. We're going to begin to see all sorts of innovation on the real world through cloud and big data applications. We're going to see there's development going on in Japan right now, using nanotechnology to build a space elevator. So you'll be able to catch a lift to space. I'm summarising, but you'll catch a lift to space using nanotechnology. So we've got a lot of technologies which are coming down the pipeline, which are going to create new opportunities for the way we live our lives. Unfortunately, they will create new opportunities for cyber criminals and new breaches of privacy, which are a growing concern. So as we grow into this wonderful new world of the singularity it's been referred to, where computers finally become more intelligent than us through gathering of that data, our world will change. And this will be the biggest change in the world, in the human world ever, much faster than the Industrial Revolution, much faster than any other type of revolution of the railroads in the US. This is a global change which will affect every part of humanity. It will have an evening out of a number of the anomalies within humanity. If you look at applications now, such as freelancer.com, where you can outsource to people any type of work to anywhere in the world in real time, we are going to have changes occur within our society which are extraordinary. How do you tax that? What GST or value-added tax can you place on something like that? We've got massive changes in the tax base. That will occur changes throughout society. So I think back to thinking about things is going to be incredibly important. But there are massive changes over the next decade. We're only just beginning.